some follows during the NBA postseason. He deserves it. Some quality tweets coming from that Twitter account. What does David Blatt deserve? What does he do on the Cavs? Because LeBron James last night calling plays, calling timeouts, and there's David Blatt over there looking good. He looks all right. All right, David Blatt. What's his role?
I think he's a smart man. He stays out of LeBron's way. You know, people don't realize
he survives.
Hey, I mean, who's going to coach that team? I mean, what would Calipari be doing if he was coaching the Cavs? You know what I mean? He'd be looking good in his suit and letting LeBron do his thing. That's a tough job. People don't realize that David Blatt is a legend over in Europe. I mean, he's coached some of the best teams. He's won major titles over there. He took the Russian Olympic team to a bronze medal. He's held in high regard. The problem is, I think, whoever coached that team, I think you need like a Doc Rivers type guy. Okay. That I think would get LeBron's attention. I think LeBron's looking at it as, hey, I'm coming home. This is how I'm sure he's got his opinions on how that team should play, how it should be run. And I still think they're trying to figure each other out. And I think you got to give David Blatt some credit. I mean, people wanted him gone, halfway through the season. And I think they found a way to coexist. I think he gives LeBron tremendous freedom. I think LeBron, respects him, but I think LeBron is a coach on the floor. I think it would be nice, I think, if LeBron helped a little bit by not saying, I just disregarded the play and did my own thing. I don't think that sends a good message, but, I think David Blatt is doing what he was paid to do, which was get the Cavaliers to the finals, get the best out of LeBron James, and if that means staying out of his way, leaving him alone, giving him a huge role, basically as a player coach. You got to figure LeBron has gotten Amon Shumpert on board. He's gotten J.R. Smith on board. I think these guys respond to LeBron, and I think David Blatt is kind of the guy that just keeps it all together.
Now, what's a bigger weakness for this Cleveland team? The lack of coaching because Blatt's not really allowed to, or that lack of depth?
Listen, I just think right now the way the Cavs are constructed, with no Love and a limited or no Irving right now, this is a total mismatch. Yeah. So I don't think, if you put John Wooden and Red Auerbach on the bench right now, Golden State is ending this thing soon, the way the Cavs are right now. And, it's tough. I think even if Kyrie was healthy, I think Golden State's personnel is better, but I think Kyrie at 100% with LeBron doing his thing, I think the Cavs would be able to win the series. I just think personnel-wise, from top to bottom, Golden State's just got more talent. They can play big, they can play small. I think their second unit could beat most teams in the league's first unit. When you look at some of those guys they're bringing off the bench, they're good. David Lee was an all-star 2 years ago. Right now, it's a contest of who can high-five more guys between David Lee and Mike Miller from the Cavs. I mean, David Lee right now would probably still be an all-star if he was playing on one of these teams that didn't make the playoffs.
You mentioned Doc Rivers. You think LeBron James could have a head coach that's that big of a personality, that well-known, that has a command of a team like that? Would LeBron work with somebody like that? Or will his whole career be with a David Blatt, who was a big deal on the other side of the planet before he got here?
Well, the problem is they hired a coach before knowing they were going to get LeBron James. Yeah. So no disrespect, who's going to Cleveland to coach that team? Right. With not knowing whether LeBron's going to be there or not. And I do think, you need a personality like a Doc. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think LeBron would respond to a guy like Doc Rivers, former player in the NBA for a long time, has won a championship. Everybody that's played for him has respected him. Listen, I think LeBron respects David Blatt. I just think that he knows that nobody's going to interfere with what he wants to do, meaning LeBron.
Yeah. Will Brown, the Albany men's basketball head coach, in studio with Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team. And Coach, locally, we have a lot of basketball talent in this area.
No comment.
That's Coach McKillop. He just is inner Coach McKillop. I like that. That is 4. No comments from Coach Brown. Joe Cremo.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. We can talk.
One of the best that the Capital Region had this year, and you got him.
Yeah, we're excited about Joe. One, about the type of person he is. 2, he's an honor student, and 3, he's a really good basketball player. I think his resume stacks up against any player that's come through this area. What he's done for Scotia and with that program, is tremendous. And what I like about him is he's a gym rat. He's always lifting weights, working on his game. He's hungry. He wants to know how he can get better. And, we're excited. I think he's going to have a great career for us. And, we have Greg Steyer in our program, former CBA guy. Now we've got Joe from Scotia. Coach G over there is a terrific coach and has had a lot of success. We want to continue to get the best local kids. If there's one that's good enough that fits a need, obviously we would like to get him in our program. And, Joe's going to do great things for us. He's a winner, and that's why I'm excited to coach him. He's a sponge. He absorbs everything you tell him. He wants to get better. If I call Joe up when I leave here and say, Joe, I need you to go get up 500 jumpers today at the high school, you know what? He's going to go make 600. Well, that's just the type of kid that he is. And I've had more people from that area just stop me and say, hey, Coach Brown, congratulations on getting Joe. And they don't even talk about basketball. They talk about the quality of a person that he is and how he always takes time to work with the young kids in that area or just to talk to adults and how personable he is. So I think we're very fortunate to get Joe in our program.
Coach, are you going to watch the Belmont tomorrow?
I've got no choice. My wife's a diehard horse racing fan.
Really?
We own 4. I don't even know if it's 4 or 5. We're co-owners of 4 or 5 horses. I think we own the left nostril of each horse.
Hold on, let me get this right. You get trouble for a hefty cable bill, but you don't know how many horses the wife has bought?
Well, no. We buy them together. I just don't know if they're all running right now. Yeah, right. I'm like Al Bundy,
Exactly.
But
am I allowed to answer the horse question?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Our head trainer, Jay Gagger's a good friend of mine, and a couple of us are in together. And anything that pertains to the horses, or if a bill needs to be paid, he emails my wife directly, and I find out about it after the fact. But
smart.
Yeah, I think the last race our horse ran in was about 2 weeks ago, and I'm not sure it's finished yet. But
what are your horses? Where do they? Do they run right here in Tulsa?
They're with West Point Stables, and we'll have a couple running, in Saratoga, and I think after they finish, they'll become part of the carousel. It's a lot of fun. I mean, the credentials we get, the ownership package, the parking, the backstretch, we get to do a lot of fun things. I think it's good. It's good for our 2 boys; they enjoy it. But it's more the people that we own with. West Point Thoroughbreds, they're great, and we're just having a lot of fun with it. Or I should say, my wife's having a lot of fun with it.
Is American Pharoah going to win the Triple Crown this weekend?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah,
because he's going up against Materiality, who's had tons of time to rest, didn't run in the Preakness, and that's every year a horse like that just shatters our hopes and dreams.
Oh, there's no doubt. When was the last time?
78.
78. So it's going to happen. Eventually. Everybody says it's not going to happen this year because it hasn't happened in so long. So let's let it happen and hope that horse gets up here in Saratoga, and we can all see it up here. But I like records. I like history. Yeah. So let's make it happen. It's been too long.
Speaking of history, Coach, 5:30 today, be listening, because if producer Gaz does not give us a winning pick for the Belmont, he's going to be history. So if you need somebody to muck the stables for your horses or whatever, he's going to need a job shortly if he doesn't get us a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're holding out on these guys. I mean, these guys are telling me you hit so big you're about to retire and you just started.
Yeah, he's hit a K over the last 2 races and shared none of that knowledge with us.
And he's still employed.
Right.
Well, we're about to see what happens after Belmont.
And then I heard he might get his own segment. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's debatable. Yeah,
well, he's got to win that. He's going to win that.
Yeah,
he's going to
still
win
up in the air.
You guys are nice guys, man. Unbelievable.
Well, 3 strikes.
Just wait till Monday, Coach. Yeah,
classic baseball rules. This is his 3rd strike.
Don't give us too many compliments on that yet. So the off season, horse racing obviously keeps you busy. You enjoy that aspect, and you're an outdoors guy. I saw you at Academy. you were buying your son a new batting glove, and we were talking. I have my fishing rod with me because somehow I screw up my rod every time I use it. But you're a fishing guy as well. You fish in the off season every now and then, or try to?
Well, here's the fun part. My two boys play a ton of baseball. So like I'm leaving here, I'm going to watch a game tonight. Got practice tomorrow, doubleheader Sunday. The only sport growing up I couldn't stand was baseball. You know, you watch the grass grow. I mean, just wasn't fun. But my sons like it, which is good, and both my boys really like fishing as well. You know, I'm not a big fisherman myself. I'm like you. I need somebody to untangle my rod all the time. You know what I mean? But you know, and I'm not an outdoorsman either.
You're not?
No, I'm not. I don't like the hot weather. I don't. That's why I coach an indoor sport. I'm not tough enough.
Air-conditioned gym.
You know what I mean? Air-conditioned gym.
You're getting hot here, but it's just because of our questions.
Oh, that's unbelievable. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure I have a change of shirt in my car. I mean, I've no commented 4 times. I'm sure there's a 5th one coming.
Oh, man.
I will say this, and this is, it doesn't sound like it's a compliment. Every time your name went up for one of those other jobs, I was in here pulling my hair out. I am so glad that you are still here because you are one of my favorites. And as much as you make him nervous, Armen is prancing more today than normal because of your no comments. I appreciate it, Coach.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate your kind words, and I'll see if we can keep Armen having the shakes over there. All right,
that's all right.
It's very weird. Like we were at the Super Bowl, and like random people were coming up and going, "Is he okay?"
Well, it's Sam Madison of the Giants and Dolphins, former player, former corner. Every day would come over and go, "Hey man, I like you. You're crazy. You just keep walking." Thanks, man. He's like, do you have some kind of deal? I'm like, no, I just don't like to sit. So that's just kind of how it works.
And he's yelling.
I was just going to say that. It seems like that you and I are comfortable. We're sitting in our chair, and he's standing up there like the night at the Roxbury, bobbing his head. And I mean, with the Mudabi brothers. I mean,
Coach, you don't get this bill jumping around, okay? But I'll give you. Hey man, I'll sign up. I'll give you $5,000 a night. I'm good for that.
Hey, 5,000 if you can make your free throws, you know. We might have a roster spot for you.
Done. I'm out of here.
Will Brown, head coach of the Albany men's basketball program at UA Hoops WB on Twitter. Coach, thanks for your time today. Enjoy the rest of your offseason, and I'm sure we'll bug your ass once the season gets closer, too.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Ryan Levack has already paid for himself in the 3 months he's been the Bills head coach. Wait till you hear this next.
Hey, it's producer Gonson coming up Monday.